Hey. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a sit down video because I haven't done one of these in ages, and she is like she's like 3.5 months now, and I realized I haven't done a 3-month baby update yet. So that is what we are doing today. But also as a little twist to it, we're going to talk about sleep training, the cry it out method, which is super controversial, and also how we get her to sleep through the night now she's a little bit older. I did a little video a while ago when she was like 6 weeks old. That is when she started sleeping through the night, is 6 weeks, which is so good. But yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that, but I'm just going to get straight into the video because I always do long intros and I hate myself for it. So I've got a little list on my phone because I just forget everything as soon as I turn the camera on. I just forget everything I'm saying. So yeah, she's 3.5 months, almost. She'll be 4 months next week, which is super exciting. Well, technically no, she'll be 17 weeks. I could be super incorrect. I don't know. Some people class it by weeks, like every 4 weeks, it's a month, but some people go like by the date. We are technically going by the date, so it's like she'll be 4 months on the 25th, which is more, that's like 2 weeks. Anyways, not relevant. So she has started grabbing objects, like with her hands. Instead of just swiping at them, she will look at something and grab it, which is super exciting. So like we have this little walker, not to help her walk, she just loves standing up. So we got her a walker that she can sit in and like play with her toys on the little bench. And she started looking at the object and like physically grabbing at it instead of just swiping at it like they usually do. Then this morning as well, we were like laying in bed and she was laying next to us, or she was laying next to Carl and like playing with his face, so like putting her hand in his mouth and like grabbing his cheeks and stuff like that. So I think she's kind of realized that she has hands and she can actually grab things instead of swiping at them. She has laughed a few times, like 3 times, but I don't think she's fully like properly figured it out yet. She's getting there. She's slowly getting there. But apparently after this sleep, she's going through her 4th sleep at the moment. Apparently after this sleep, they're like properly laughing. But it's just the cutest thing in the world when she laughs. I love it. She started following things with her eyes now. So when we walk past her crib or when she's like on her play mat, she'll like follow us around the house with her eyes and also look for us around the room too. So if she hears Carl's voice when I'm holding her, especially when I'm feeding her, if she hears Carl talk, she will like look around like, where's dad? It's the cutest thing ever. Love it, but also super distracting. But yeah, she's kind of recognized our voice and will like look around when she hears us talk. She's in 2 zeros now, so she has grown so much. So when she was born, she was in 5 zeros, like tiny baby clothes, because she was so small. She was like this big. She was tiny. But yeah, she's just grown crazy fast. And now she's in 3 to 6 month clothing. So we've had to buy her a completely new wardrobe. Because you're growing way too quick. What are you doing? You're eating my booby, eating my shoulder. She's just been fed. She's not hungry. She's just, what are you doing? He's crazy. She has a very short attention span, so she won't sit here for a while. She's holding her head up without assistance. She's pretty much been doing this since like the 3 to 6 week mark, so she did that super early. She does not need assistance pretty much at all with her head now, which is awesome. Like we have the jolly jumper and like her walker and everything like that, and especially when she's on her play mat, she'll like lift herself up. I don't know how many degrees it is, but like fully like hold herself up on her elbows and have her head straight. So she's got really good neck support now and doing a lot of tummy time to practice that. One thing she's not doing yet is properly rolling. Like she's rolled over a few times on her own, like just before she was on her play mat and then I heard her whinging and I walked over and she had rolled onto her stomach. So she's done it a few times now, but she's not like consistently rolling over. She is teething as well, and a lot of parents, like when I say a lot of parents, I mean a lot of parents, told me that, oh, once she's teething, like she won't be sleeping through the night anymore. You're gonna have a crying, whinging, cranky baby. Like it's not all butterflies and rainbows all of the time. But that is the complete opposite with her. Like she's still sleeping through the night. Only thing is she's trying to put everything in her mouth. You're eating your shirt too. Yeah, she is fine. She does have little spurts of like whinginess when she's in pain, but we'll just give her her teether or rubbing her gums as well. She likes that a lot. But yeah, she is still sleeping through the night. She's not really cranky or whingy all the time. Yeah, she's completely fine. So many parents tell you negative things about parenthood or about your babies, and it's just it's not true, guys. Like, don't listen to people. Thing is, if you're not sleep training, your baby will wake up multiple times a night while they're teething because they don't know how to put themselves to sleep. But once you have sleep trained, they will sleep through the night. So if you are sleep training, don't listen to what people say about your baby's gonna wake up and they're not gonna sleep through the night and this and this and this. It's not true. Fun fact. Funny thing is, she's actually getting her teeth on the right hand side at the top. My friend's baby, who is 4 days older than her, is also getting the same thing, which usually they get them at the front, but she's actually getting them on the side, which is really strange. I can see like a little one sort of sort of trying to come through. But yeah, she's doing pretty well. She takes her teethers. She loves sucking on her hands. It's like her favorite thing ever. Or if I'm holding her, she'll suck on my shoulder. She'll literally try and put everything in her mouth. Sometimes I'll just like give her my knuckle. Obviously if my hands are clean, which they are, she'll just suck on my knuckle. Does that taste funny? Sometimes when she like has her hands or she sucks on her own hands, she'll be like, ugh. I remember the other day I put my knuckle in her mouth because she was crying because her teeth were hurting, so I put my knuckle in her mouth and she put her head forward so it went really far down and she full on vomited everywhere. She was like vomited everywhere. She does that to herself as well. She'll put her hand too far down her throat or shove her fingers too far down her throat and she'll throw up. It's kind of funny but also very gross. So that is the update on how she's doing. Very healthy, happy baby girl. But now I'm going to talk about sleep training / how we got her to sleep through the night. As I said, I've already done a video on this if you want to go check out that video, but that was a very long time ago. That was when she was 6 weeks. She is 16 weeks tomorrow. But yeah, so 10 weeks in the future, she's still sleeping through the night. Back then she would only sleep through the night maybe once every few days and then wake up for a feed in the night. But now she's completely dropped her 1 to 2 feeds throughout the night and sleeping from around 8:30 till 6:30 a.m, which is awesome. It's so good. We've got her in such a good routine and I cannot stress enough how important routine is with babies because they can't put themselves in routine. You need to learn that they cannot put themselves in routine. You need to do that for them. Babies need to learn routine, which you need to do for them. So you need to put them to bed at the same time every night, wake them up the same time every morning, feed at the same time throughout the day, put them down for naps at the same time throughout the day. Otherwise their feeding schedule, their sleeping schedule, their sleeping schedule will be all over the place and most of the time they will not sleep through the night if you're doing this. And it sounds super harsh and maybe your baby is sleeping through the night. Not every single baby is the same, but from everyone that I know that has kids and a lot of people here on YouTube and just statistics, a lot of babies don't sleep through the night if they don't have a consistent routine. So we are on a feed, wake, sleep cycle. So making sure as soon as she wakes up, she is having a full feed, not a little snack or anything like that. Making sure she's getting a full 10 to 15 minutes on each boob, and then she will have playtime and then go down for a nap. Usually now it's around an hour before she will go to sleep, before she will wake up. So she'll have an hour's nap and then it starts again. And she's on every 3 to 4 hour feeding schedule as well. So it's not exactly the same every single day. Sometimes we won't get home until like 20 minutes later and then she'll eat 20 minutes later, or she'll be hungry 20 to 30 minutes before, and that is completely fine being out around 30 minutes. But just making sure you're feeding them within that 30-minute cycle, or you know, letting them go to sleep 30 minutes earlier, 30 minutes later. It doesn't really matter as long as you're, you know, kind of sticking to routine to a point. Hey, you're getting cranky. You want to go play? Let's go play. I just had to put Nala down. Also, excuse the noise if you hear this like noise. It's the aircon because it's very hot in here. Are you smiling at me? Yeah, the aircon is super noisy, so I apologize for that. Where was I up to? Another thing we have been doing for a while, which is helping her sleep through the night, is using a swaddle, but just at nighttime when she's supposed to be sleeping through. So we won't use a swaddle for any of her naps throughout the day, and she goes fine with that. She'll go down for like 45 minutes to an hour, sometimes even longer. Like yesterday she slept, she was so tired, she slept from her first feed to her second feed. So she woke up from her nap, fed, and then slept until her next feed. So she was super tired for some reason. But yeah, she goes fine without the swaddle. And then Also, just helping her realize when it's time to actually go to sleep and sleep through. Swaddling them just at nighttime when they're supposed to be doing that helps them recognize, okay, this is time for sleep. And yeah, that is 100% worked. But only problem is now is she has started breaking out of her swaddles. We've been double swaddling her because obviously it's winter in Australia and it gets quite cold, so we've been doing that anyways. But also because she breaks out of one swaddle within 5 minutes, so we've started double swaddling her and she's still breaking out of it. So I think we're gonna start like just leaving one arm out. We're gonna start like try that tonight and see how it goes. We've tried the sleep sack. She doesn't like the sleep sack, so we're gonna try, yeah, swaddling her with one arm out. I'm gonna see how that goes. But yeah, it's been super helpful just swaddling at night, so that way they know this is time for sleep and not just a nap. Also, something else is white noise, and I know most of mums know about white noise, but it really does help. When we have the white noise on, because we obviously are in this one room, if you've seen our place, you know that we're in a very tiny space. So we're always in here when she's napping throughout the day. Obviously when she's sleeping, she sleeps right next to our bed, but she will sleep through pretty much anything unless it's a very loud, sudden noise, like us opening the door, or if, you know, I'm cleaning up, she'll sleep through pretty much everything, which is amazing. So white noise kind of helps them, you know, learn to sleep with noise. Obviously I try and be a little bit quiet when she's sleeping, not as loud as usual, so she's not getting interrupted, but majority of the time she will sleep through anything. So white noise really, really helps. Hey honey, what's wrong? Her little donkey is stuck and she's trying to get it. So the cry it out method is super controversial, and I know some mums don't agree with it at all. Some mums love it, some mums are in between. I was for it at the start before we gave birth, and then she came into the world. Obviously we didn't do cry it out at the start because it's way too young to do it at the start. Around the 8 to 12 week mark is when we started to do it, and I hated it. Like, not gonna lie, I hated letting her cry it out because it hurts. It physically hurts your heart hearing them cry, but I promise you that it works. It really does hurt your soul, but it works. And you don't need to let them cry it out forever, because once you do it for that first few weeks to even a month, they will learn to go to sleep on their own and self-soothe, and you won't need to let them cry it out anymore because they will be sleeping on their own without your help. And Nalu now, after doing cry it out for maybe only a few weeks, she pretty much goes to sleep on her own. So we won't put her down in her cot asleep, we'll put her down half asleep or when she's drowsy. So that is that is teaching her to go to sleep on her own without us rocking her to sleep or feeding her to sleep or anything like that, because that can cause really bad habits for a very long period of time. So we put her down in a cot half asleep and she will go to sleep on her own. She doesn't cry. The only time she will cry is when we let her fall asleep in our arms and then we put her down. That is the only time she'll cry. But if we put her down half asleep, she'll just look at me and then doze off straight away. Sometimes we'll need to let her cry it out, but now it's only like 3 minutes that she cries and she'll put herself back to sleep. Yeah, so I promise you this method, it has been tested by professionals. I know some midwives and doctors and stuff against it, but there is no psychological or physical harm in letting your baby cry it out for 10 to 15 minutes. There's not. And I don't care what people say. I know some people are against it and don't agree with me, but whatever. I believe in it. It has worked for us. It has worked for hundreds and thousands of other parents. But the thing is, you cannot be lazy with it. This is something that you need to be consistent with, otherwise they will never learn. So if they're crying, if they start crying and you pick them up, and then the next time you'll let them cry it out, and then the next time after that you'll pick them up straight away, they're never gonna learn. So this needs to be a consistent thing, otherwise, you know, your baby is never going to be sleep trained. And it's really, really hard. I feel you, mamas. Like, I feel you. It hurts, but it works. I promise you. Obviously there's going to be some times where they don't fully sleep through the night because, you know, something happens, like they've got a gas bubble or they've got a tummy ache or they've, you know, had a poo explosion everywhere. Like, things like this happen, but majority of the time your baby should be able to sleep through the night from 6 to 12 weeks. And if they're not, that is completely fine. Doesn't matter if you start late. Obviously it is a little bit harder if you're starting at 6 months or 8 months or a year even. It is a bit harder because they've kind of already gotten into routine, but this is something that you can do and something that they will learn. But you need to put this in place for them. They're not just going to magically start sleeping through the night. Like, you need to put in routine, be consistent, and it will work. I promise you. But anyways, I need to go get lunch and put this little one down for a nap. But I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. I love doing like mama chats with you guys, and if you have any video suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. But don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below, hit that subscribe button to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you guys know every single time I post. My schedule has been a bit off, and I've been posting once a week now just to spend more time with Nalu, spend more time with my family, because posting twice a week, hey, it's okay. She's whinging because she's stuck, she can't walk around. Yeah, my schedule's been completely off. I've just been spending time with Nalu, getting things done around the house. Posting twice a week is hectic, it's a hard job, and I do eventually want to get to that once Nalu's a bit older. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye! Mwah.